So the customer can experience Overwatch in about 3 different ways. One way is through their traditional processes they've built around checking the Falcon UI for detections. Overwatch has the ability to push detections to a customer's UI. It'll say Falcon Overwatch detection on there. Um, as well, they're able to push more malware-related things. If we opportunistically discover more run-of-the-mill malware, the team will go ahead and push that to the customer's UI. It'll show up as known malware. So sometimes there is a little bit of there is some workflows generated and some actionable content in the UI that does come from Overwatch, even though it may not directly call it out. Whenever you do see a Falcon Overwatch detection in the UI, it'll be accompanied by an email notification. And the email notification is kind of the second area you can experience Overwatch. The emails will generally be probably something that customers aren't used to seeing from a managed service provider. They aren't going to be, they aren't simply going to give you, call out the alert name and then tell you the priority, and then that's about it. And essentially, good luck. What these emails contain are what we discovered, why we discovered it, what we think it is, even if we're not sure if it's commodity or if it's targeted or if it's ransomware or something in between. We'll tell you exactly what we think it is or don't think it is. Sometimes we'll even tell customers, hey, this does not seem legitimate. We've looked at your environment. We've baselined it. This is abnormal even for your administrators. So the email notifications will contain as much context we can possibly provide. Sometimes we'll pull open source intelligence to point to perhaps an open source tool that are used by pen testers, for example. But at the very least, in the case of an intrusion, things actually become very straightforward. We're going to tell you there's an intrusion. We're going to tell you who we think it is and what we think they're after. We're going to tell you how far they got. We're going to tell you how many accounts we think are compromised, what systems that we can see have been compromised, and the method they're using to laterally move. So within the first notification, again, this can come in the first 30 to 60 minutes. If there is a real intrusion that could lead to a mega breach, you will have a notification that is extremely actionable, and it's almost an intrusion or incident response timeline, or it's a very quick incident response triage or scoping. So again, I mean, with traditional IR processes and a traditional SOC or in a CERT, it can take days and upon days to collect data, to learn about the intrusion, and then to build the coveted timeline. And we're able to provide that, again, with the continuous telemetry from the Falcon host sensor, we're able to provide that within minutes. And we're able to fuse it and actually communicate to the customers. And it's an ongoing thing. So there's the initial notification of an intrusion, but then there's the ongoing partnership to mutually discover, mutually analyze what else the actor is doing on that network. The third way you can experience Overwatch is through the support process. We like to use the technical support channel, so support@crowdstrike.com, to handle all inbound requests, whether it's detection related, something you see in your UI and you want to know more about a detection, or if you're actually experiencing technical support issues in the traditional sense. Overwatch is very engaged with our support team. There's a very strong relationship there. And oftentimes, most of the time, whenever there's a detection related question, or if there's a question on how a customer can query data in EAM or in the investigations app, those questions are directly answered by Overwatch analysts. It's simply because there's an acknowledgement in the company that the Overwatch analysts, the Overwatch hunters, are the subject matter experts of the platform and of the platform's data. So they're able to very quickly answer questions with our own internal best practices and provide that through the support channels to help out. We like to identify the 3 areas of Overwatch output as hunt, investigate, and advise. So ultimately, you can experience Overwatch in a variety of ways, but the pure intent that we're trying to perform here is to help you stop the mega breach.